Hey there. I just found an interesting tool that I think is going to be really useful for me, and I thought you might dig it too. And I don't think I've seen anyone else talk about it. But this is a little bit different from pretty much every other video I've done on this channel for the last few years because it's not specifically about Olama. So you've probably used a lot of spreadsheets, and they work great, but then they don't. You hit limitations. I'm loading a massive airline dataset into this spreadsheet because it's potentially messy, familiar, and big enough to break your usual routine. We're looking at 23 million rows of data here, which is a huge problem for traditional tools. To give you some context, Excel taps out at about 1 million rows, and it won't be a pleasant experience at that size. And Google Sheets limits you to 10 million cells, but this one handles billions of rows in a single workbook. It's called Row Zero, and it's a pretty small startup based in Seattle, Washington, just across Puget Sound from where I live on Bainbridge Island. This is not a sponsored video, and I am only showing it to you because I stumbled across it and realized it was actually useful for my own work. It looks and feels just like a standard spreadsheet, but it's built to handle much, much bigger tables and direct connections to places like Postgres or Snowflake. You can even run Python functions right in the sheet, or use AI to help with pivots and formulas when you forget the exact steps. Yeah, I know, it works with Python, and yeah, I would love it better if it were TypeScript, but let's get past that. Well, bigger tables, direct connections, and Python functions seems to be the main pitch. And I know it sounds a bit too good to be true until you actually try it yourself. You really have to see what it looks like to sort and filter a massive table without your entire computer freezing up or the workflow falling apart. We've all dealt with the same boring pain when it comes to data. You pull information out of Postgres or Snowflake or find a government data set online and try to open it in Excel only to hit a wall pretty much immediately. The row count is too high for the software to handle. Dates turn into a mess of random characters, and you end up spending an hour splitting the file and cleaning things up instead of answering your original question. Row Zero tries to fix that exact gap by acting as a spreadsheet front end that sits much closer to your actual data stack. You still get the familiar grid with columns and formulas that you already know how to use. But the system is built for massive data sets instead of pretending every problem fits into one tiny local file. Now, this matters more than you might think because most data work starts with simple inspection rather than deep analysis. Sometimes you just need to sort a column by delay times or filter for one specific airline to scan for bad values. It's that annoying middle zone where a normal spreadsheet breaks too fast, but writing a full application feels like overkill for such a quick task. For this test case, the airline data is perfect because we can try things people always do first. I can choose a column and sort all 23 million lines in under 10 seconds or so. Or I can filter the whole set in less than 5 to find which routes are a mess. It even has a slicing feature, which is a great way to group and filter a table to see which carriers are constantly slipping. The import process is actually one of the best parts of the tool. Row Zero lets you bring in data from standard files like CSV, Parquet, Excel, and others, but it also connects directly to Postgres and Snowflake, Databricks, Athena, Oracle, Redshift, SQL Server, S3, and Teradata. Actually, that last one, I was surprised to see. I thought it disappeared years ago with NCR and AT&T, but hey, NCR still exists too. Now, Row Zero is not all perfect, and there are definitely some trade-offs to consider. On the free plan, you only get one workbook, but that single workbook can still hold billions of rows across many sheets and gives you access to AI chat and pivot tables. Actually, I think I saw somewhere that on the free plan, you're limited to tens of millions of rows, but it's still a lot better than Excel. The free tier is a solid way to test the workflow without feeling like you're being sold a magic trick. If you're a developer, the benefit here is pretty straightforward. You get a much faster place to poke at data and narrow down a problem before you ever commit to writing a single line of code. That's a huge improvement over the usual shuffle between a query window and a CSV export where you waste all your energy just moving data around. Scale is a nice feature to have, but the part that turns this into a real developer tool is what happens when you start adding your own code. This is the exact moment where I stopped thinking about this as a big spreadsheet and started realizing it actually fits into a real developer workflow. Most spreadsheet automation hits a wall incredibly fast, and you usually end up stuck with messy formulas or some painful macro setup that never quite works right. Eventually, you just give up and copy the data into a code editor because that's where the real cleanup happens. But row 0 changes that by letting you create Python custom functions directly in the sheet. The part I really like is that you can write a Python function one time and then call it just like a normal spreadsheet formula on your columns. Instead of bouncing back and forth between a notebook and a sheet, you get to keep that grid view that everyone may not love, but everyone understands, while still using real code when the built-in formulas run out of road. When I was looking at the airline data, I found a bunch of simple examples that just made sense immediately. One of the reasons I love N8N versus the other automation platforms is that it isn't simply a no-code tool. You can add your own code anywhere in the workflow, and you have that same power and flexibility in row 0. You could also use this to tag rows that look wrong, such as missing airport codes or delay values that clearly do not pass a sanity check. None of this work is particularly exotic, but that is exactly why it makes for such a great demo and use case, because this is the kind of tedious cleanup that eats up your time every single week. The mental model here stays very simple since a spreadsheet cell calls a function, that function runs your Python code, and then you get the result right back in the sheet. If you understand how a custom formula works, then you already understand the shape of this entire process. The only new thing is that your logic can be actual readable code instead of one massive formula that looks like it was written during a hostage situation. Then we have the AI side of things, which I find much more useful than the usual AI stickers companies slap on everything, especially if you treat it like a helper rather than an oracle. Row 0 includes an AI chat feature, and for spreadsheet work, that can be incredibly handy because sheets are always full of weird little moves you only half remember. Pivot tables are the classic example here because even if you've been building them for years, there's always that moment where you blank out on the exact clicks or the field setup. You end up sitting there muttering at the screen like it personally wronged you. But instead of hunting through endless menus, you can just ask for a pivot or a filter or a quick summary in plain language. That lowers the cost of trying out a new idea because you don't need perfect spreadsheet recall just to answer a basic question about your data. When I was playing around with this, I used a database on my own YouTube metrics that I pull from the API using an N8N workflow. That data lives in a Neon Postgres database across 3 different tables. So I asked the Row 0 AI to write me a SQL query to pull everything all together. It only took a few seconds for the AI to give me a perfect query with all the right joins, and while I think I used to know how to do that stuff 30 years ago, I have long since forgotten the specifics. When you put those 2 pieces together, the whole workflow starts to click because analysts get the sheet they already know while developers get a reliable escape hatch into real code. The handoff between needing to inspect some data and knowing exactly what you should build gets a lot shorter, which is a huge win for productivity. Now, I already mentioned some of the limitations on the free tier, but there's a few more things you should probably know, things that I've found, before you dive in. First off, Row Zero is not open source, which does feel a bit strange for me to talk about since I spent a couple of years at the company that makes Ollama. We believed so strongly in open source and contributed back to all the projects we use, like Llama CPP and others. But at the end of the day, whether a tool is open source or not doesn't really change the actual quality of the product. It really just comes down to a matter of preference for the people developing the solution. You should also know that the AI assistant can use your own API keys if you prefer. But that option is only available on the more expensive paid plans. One of the bigger limitations I noticed is that there's no API and no direct integration with automation tools like N8N. But since you're pushing your data to a database and then using this as the UI, maybe that's not the deal breaker I first thought. I ran into one more snag when I was trying to get my YouTube metrics because my N8N workflow actually pushes that data to Supabase. Now, it turns out that the free plan for Supabase does not work with Row Zero because you need a specific add-on that requires a paid Supabase account. Now, to get around that, I just set up a new account with Neon. I hadn't heard of Neon before, but they seem pretty cool. It's another Postgres host, and I pushed my data there instead. And in the process, I realized Neon is probably a better fit for what I'm doing versus Supabase anyway. So there you go. One open question I have, though, is about the Python custom functions. This is code that will potentially run tens of millions of times or more in a worksheet. So what are the performance implications of the code you write? Something that takes a millisecond to run that has to be executed 20 million times in sequence is still going to take over 5 hours, so they must be doing something clever to make this work in a timely way. So where exactly does a tool like this fit into your day? If you spend most of your time jumping between SQL, CSV files, and notebooks, Row Zero looks useful because it cuts out a lot of that friction without asking you to stop being technical. I would recommend a very simple test to see if it works for you. Load up that airline dataset. I'll link to it below. And write one Python custom function that cleans or tags a column. And then use the AI assistant to build one pivot table that you can never quite remember how to do manually. If you already use N8N to move your data around, this can be the perfect place to inspect and shape that data before the next step of your workflow runs. A spreadsheet that connects directly to your data warehouse, runs Python, and helps with the analysis starts looking a lot less like a basic sheet and a lot more like a professional data workbench. I'm starting to play around with this a little bit more in my own daily workflow, and I would honestly love to hear what you think about this approach. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.